Well, hello. Glad to see everybody here. And welcome to Hrafnfjall Hearthside's discussion of the Hávamál. Today we're going to start with stanza 7. And unless you guys have any kind of comments, questions, thoughts, concerns going on about it, we'll just kind of dive right in. This may be kind of, last time ran about an hour. So I figured this might be a little bit of a shorter one, but we'll see kind of how we go. Of course, it's going to kind of depend on you guys and your interaction. So feel free to jump right on in, and if you got any comments that you want to make, hey, that's
Dael, you've muted your mic. In Discord.
I did mute because I was hearing double. Anyway.
That's because I'd accidentally loaded it up on my phone and you were hearing yourself.
That explains it. So, okay. We good now?
Yes. So, just let everyone know I have chat on my phone, and that's what I was loading up hence why she was hearing double.
I was like, okay, that's mute.
No, but if you mute your mic, no one can hear you, because I'm the one running the stream.
Okay. Oops. Okay. My apologies. Let me recap quite a bit of that. So I was welcoming everybody here to Hrafnfjall Hearthside, and we are discussing the Hávamál. We'll be starting with stanza 7. I expect that last time it ran about an hour. It may or may not go this long. It's going to depend on you guys and essentially your interaction. So we'll see. Like I said, we'll start with stanza 7, just kind of see how far we get this evening. So, as before, I will be using the Benjamin Thorpe translation in the Pocket Hávamál, which was designed and edited by Gary Overton.
And I will be using the Old Norse and the English translation from voluspa.org. The reason we're using two different versions is, as we found last time, there are some interesting discrepancies in the translations which sometimes actually change the meaning of the stanza. Completely.
Right, it's actually been an awesome comparison. So I'm kind of going back and forth between what I got, and we're kind of discussing the interaction between the two and how they kind of differ, how they're similar, and just essentially what the meanings we interpret them to be.
And whoever's here, feel free to just ping up in chat, because I don't see my chat, but if you've actually spoken in chat, I'm assuming she's already seen you.
Yes.
Okay.
So by all means, join right in. That's what this is for.
Yes. Feel free to just drop chat messages as I'm talking, because I'll just literally cover them as I finish. You'll not distract me. You'll not disturb me.
Believe me, we'll see it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so we'd love to know you're there.
Looking at my phone, I've A, got YouTube chat on here. B, I have the voluspa.org up on my phone, as it's easier due to how I stream the actual live stream. So.
Exactly. And so hopefully you can see this is what I'm working off of. So if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at.
And that's what I'm working off of. Probably in reverse, but
Yeah.
And that was not a product placement.
No, YouTube, not at all. No endorsement whatsoever.
No, because I showed the brand of my phone.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
YouTube get quite upset.
I know.
Anyway. Once I hear that everyone's ready to go in chat, we'll begin. So,
Guys, I know we're golden. But yeah.
Are you seeing
We'll
people in
roll.
chat? Is my app messing up? Because I'm...
No, it's pretty quiet at the moment, but yeah.
Okay.
Join in. And as you all are joining in later, you missed the live feed, but hey, hopefully this is still fun and informational for you. And yeah, we're still more than happy to read and respond to comments.
Okay. So, Hávamál... also another quick note. My Old Norse is sketchy at best, but I will try. I'm still learning, so...
This is a practicing and learning experience.
I've been steadily getting better, I hope.
You have it, as far as I can tell. Not that I'm an expert.
No, and I need to get people who actually know what they're talking about to have a listen at some point.
Yeah,
anyway.
I mean, that always helps.
Anyway, so, Hávamál, stanza 7. The knowing guest who goes to the feast in silent attention sits. With his ears he hears, and with his eyes he watches. Thus wary are wise men all. And then I'll do the Odd Norse second. I should be technically doing the Odd Norse first, which I will do in the next stanza. But anyway, I vori gestur til vedra kemur funur Hjoldi. No, wait a minute. Hjoldi, sorry. Fegur Erum líder en augum skoda svanisik frodra ve fyrir.
Excellent. And as we mentioned, some differences. The Pocket Hávamál version has a wary guest who to reflection comes, keeps a cautious silence. With his ears listens, and with his eyes observes. So explores every prudent man.
Okay, so in that case, some of it is just basically vernacular, as opposed to prudent versus wise, which can technically be seen as the same thing depending on who you ask. I get this is about interpretation in this case.
Absolutely. But I kind of found it a little more complicated, especially with terms such as reflection.
Yes, whereas actually this one for once...
Reflection.
Whereas this
Which
one
means a repast, a spread, meal.
Whereas this version is actually the simpler one for once. No, these are a little more... Older language would probably be the best phrase. Because of how the translation.
Yeah, they got a little bit fancy with this one here.
Apparently so. But anyway, so...
Nice term! Alright, so what is that, like 15 points in Scrabble or something? Reflection.
Yep. Just depends which one of us remembers to use it first.
Yeah, that would be...
Anyway, so... Hear people's thoughts and chats before we start. Anyone?
We'll just give it a moment and see if anybody's got...
I see two of you watching.
With their thoughts. What are your thoughts here on the matter here? What do you think that means?
Anyone?
By all means, jump in. We're here for you.
And there's a slight delay with chats from when we talk and when they actually hear it, because stream latency, which is annoying.
Oh, I know.
I'd have to have like freaking government supercomputers to be able to do it perfectly. Actually, no. I'd actually just need a decent PC, but there we go.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Told you I'm getting one at some point.
Yeah. I'd say that's a good call.
Anyway. Anyone?
We'll carry on, I think.
Yep. So I think this one's very simple. It's a sit down, shut up, watch and listen.
Like, know your surroundings. Kind of, it's very similar to some of the passings we've actually had. Just take in your environment and be aware of what's going on.
Yeah. And
don't
just
jump in and assume and speak and take over. Sit and watch.
Yes, but that's also situational awareness. That's not just being wise. That's also being clever. And yes, I see those as two different things.
Oh,
wise versus clever. Wise is about knowledge, clever is just about simple common sense in some cases.
Okay, all right. So as the old kind of joke goes about, knowing that tomatoes are fruit, but wisdom knowing not to put in a fruit salad.
Knowledge is knowing a tomato is a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad.
Precisely. So kind of a similar theme.
Yes.
All right.
But clever sort of sits off from both knowledge and wisdom. Clever is street sense. It's knowing to observe your environment before you go diving in, because you never know. You could get yourself into some very serious trouble if you're stupid about it. So
that seems to be a very strong theme throughout, from what I can tell so far.
Yeah.
Themes seem to be paying attention to where you are, who's around you, and what's going on around you. Being a courteous guest, not talking too much, and just listening and taking in as opposed to putting out.
Yes, that's exactly the point. Yeah.
Excellent.
No one in chat at the moment. Seriously, don't be afraid to chip in. And if you've got questions, ask. No question is stupid. The only stupid question is the one you do not ask.
If you have a different interpretation, we'd love to hear it. We're here to discuss. That's the whole point.
We're in no way selling these as the only interpretations.
No. Straight up, these are our opinions of what these mean.
The more opinions, the better in this case.
Oh yeah.
Because you'll find where the kernels of actual sort of, what's the word, crossovers in interpretations come in, the more you hear.
And if somebody sees something we don't, or if they agree if we don't, hey, we love it. So.
Also, if you are watching, please feel free to share this with your friends and ask them to come and
join absolutely.
As well. And I'm just looking at the stream on my phone. There's not actually that much latency. It's about 3 seconds, which is not too bad.
No, that's pretty good. Excellent. Perfect.
I have to check that because I'm the one actually running the stream. I need to make sure it's behaving.
Yeah. Of course.
Because last stream I noticed in recording afterwards a couple of frame drops, which was annoying. So.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, nothing too bad, but I lost it.
Okay.
It got a bit jumpy at one point, which I cleaned up. But
fair enough.
Anyone?
All right. I'd say we do stanza 8.
Okay, stanza 8. I will start with the Old Master style. Hin seal ser of getter lof och linkstoffi. By the way, the freezes, some of that sometimes is because the text is like tiny. I'm having to zoom it in. So give me a second. Odela vid fort moder iga skol honors bröstu. That translates into the case of this translation: happy the one who wins for himself. Favour and praise is fair. Less safe by far is the wisdom found that is hidden in another's heart.
That is an interesting one. And what? So you mean you can't read like super tiny font? You don't have like magnifying eyeballs yet? Gosh. All right. So what I have is, he is happy who for himself obtains fame and kind words. Less sure is he that which a man must have in another's breast. Which to me has kind of a multitude of meanings here.
This is one where you could put 5 people in the room and you're going to get maybe 20 other things, if not more.
Yep, pretty much.
Because it could mean a multitude of things, but some of it's about secrets, deception, essentially. You think
that could be. And it could also be purely about obtaining what you can for yourself. Not relying on another.
Exactly. So
or taking another's fame, you know. Hey,
as I said, yeah. 5 people, 20 opinions.
And the nice thing is, it's not about who's right and who's wrong. It's simply about that's how I take it. That's how you take it. Okay, cool. Yeah, I can see that. You know, I see both ways, but that's why it's fun to kind of explore and discuss.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So we can kind of follow through on both, interpretations here. So I think the first sentence, he is happy, who for himself obtains fame and kind words. It depends on how much you think it ties into the next one. Less sure is that which a man must have in another's breast.
I think you have to remember things do tie in here. They do tie in.
Mm-hmm. Whether you put more emphasis on the first part, basically on the obtaining your own fame in kind words rather than relying on that of another. Or whether or not you think it's more about the second part. Less sure is that which a man must have in another's breast, which basically either you're sitting there going, I want that, or I'm taking it. And stealing another's fame and kind words.
Yep, exactly.
Or basically coveting what they have in their own heart.
It could be the same thing. It could be just two different. Yeah, this is a complex one.
Yeah. So let us know what you think. Chime on in. So again, we have a slight difference in the interpretation, but frankly, not a whole lot here, which I find interesting. They pretty much seem to agree fairly well.
Yeah, just extensions on interpretation and different interpretations, but in some way they could be all interlinked. It could have more than one meaning. It's not to say that each stanza has a singular meaning.
Yeah, right. No, of course not. That's the fun thing about this, as you mentioned before. 5 of us in a room, you're going to get anywhere from 5 to 20 different interpretations.
Exactly.
But that's part of the fun and part of why this is so worth discussing.
Yep, exactly.
And I'm going to point this out because there are some people who are going to sit there and tell you, oh no, this is what it means. There's no other way around it. I know. And quite frankly, nobody has the right to tell you that. It's all about what's in here, in your heart, not what somebody else is saying. So if you feel differently and somebody's trying to tell you this is exactly what it has to mean, ignore it by all means. And no, we will never do that. This is not the intent.
No, never the intent. People like that are the sort of people I tend to get into arguments with.
Same. Which is fun.
Because
to a point.
There is no singular set of interpretations for the Hávamál. Never has been, never will be.
Period. Yeah, until you can tell me that, I don't know, Odin himself sat there and specified exactly what this means and exactly how it's supposed to be interpreted and what his intent was, shut up.
And also,
who made you his mouthpiece,
Unless you can read Old Norse perfectly. Again, because there's such a disparity in translations, just by the example of the 2 translations we're using.
And shoot, I mean, pretty much any translation is going to be slightly different, so we're essentially relying on somebody else to tell us what they interpret this to be, and then taking our own interpretation upon it. So anybody who swears that this is how it's got to be, and this is the main way, and this is the only thing it could possibly mean, how can they possibly know that? I ask you.
And also remember, we don't know what all the words in Old Norse mean. Some of these are some of the parts of the translations are extrapolations by people who have been studying it for donkeys. Sorry, for those who don't know what the phrase donkeys means, a very long time.
Yes, Margaret. So, yeah. And that also brings into the fact that we've lost context. Not just the actual literal, translations and meanings of the words, but the context of how they would have interpreted it way back when.
Excuse me for the step a wee bit late, but I'm waiting for coffee to kick in. Okay, I'm seeing no people speaking up in chat, so let's move on to number 9.
Very well.
We had people discussing earlier last time.
That's okay.
So,
no requirement to do so.
9.
You're more welcome to listen and
Så
turn in that way.
själv av lov och vid medan lever yes, I just realized I slurred that slightly. Vi att illrad härför mother of vigid honors bröstum or happy the man who has while he lives wisdom and praise as well, for evil counsel a man full oft has from another's heart. But that, I think this one's quite a simple meaning, but I'll let you read your translation first.
Thank you. Kudos, by the way, for your reading and translations in Norse. That's not an easy language.
No, and I know I'm butchering some parts of the translation still.
But hey, this is about practice, no worries. So he is happy who in himself possesses fame and wit while living, for bad counsels have oft been received from another's heart.
Well, that's very simple. You're going to receive bad advice and bad counsel. But I think this is also a note to ignore it.
It is, and it's kind of saying rely on yourself.
Yes.
Rely
on the fame you can generate. Rely on the reputation you generate, not what others do. Because 9 times out of 10 people are going to try and mess you up.
That's what people do.
It's human nature.
So basically, who in himself possesses. So if you yourself have your own self-fame and your own self-wit, so you are happy in how you are and how you're living, awesome. That's what counts. And other people will tell you how to try to live, how to try to think, how to try to feel, how to try to be, and no, you're not going to be happy that way. That to me is what this means. But that's my interpretation, what I put on it.
Exactly. So, we have people.
So yeah. Hi people.
Okay, so I've just seen our view count double. So if you've just arrived, speak in the chat and welcome. We are currently on stanza 9. If anyone needs me to reread the stanza, please let me know. We'll pause here a bit for people to get settled in. We've currently read 3 stanzas, so 7, 8, and 9. If you require going back, I can potentially do that if people say they want me to go back.
If you have a favorite one that you want us to read, also let us know.
Favorite one between 7 and 10 at the moment, though. I'm not going to go halfway through, just go through favorite stanza.
No,
please,
trust me. If later on, we will cover it eventually.
Eventually,
there are a lot of people. We're going to get there.
It seems we're covering what, about 6 stanzas we covered last time.
Seems to be about.
Yeah, well, we're doing great. Of course, we covered 6 because we started on 7. So, ask myself a stupid question, give myself a stupid answer.
No such thing. So, to recap, we were discussing stanza 9. He is happy when himself possesses fame and wit while living, for bad counsels have oft been received from another's heart. Which we kind of, well, I personally interpret that to mean be happy in what you're doing and in your life and who you are, because no one else can tell you what that is. As it says, bad counsels have oft been received from another's heart, which pretty clear cut to me. Don't listen to other people. They don't know who you are and what's going to make you happy and what you need.
Exactly.
So I have a kind of an open interpretation of fame and wit as being simply desirable things.
I think it's more nudging to just general personal reputation.
Okay.
Don't allow other people to influence that reputation. It's yours to build, not theirs, because they're likely to try and mess it up. because people.
So slander you and tear you down and destroy your reputation.
Yes, because
Mhm.
sadly, it's human nature. It happens.
It's like other people can't stand to see somebody be authentic and be themselves without trying to destroy them.
Exactly. Do really. By the way, if you are watching, do feel free to just speak up in the chat, even if it's just a hello, and
By all means.
you can just
Yeah.
listen. I just like to know people are here, and if you've got any questions, feel free to ask.
Of course. Yawn.
Now, coffee kicking, please.
Well, alrighty. So, as we've kind of discussed the whole concept that there are quite a few overarching themes throughout the Hávamál.
Well, within the last few stanzas we've read, yes, so far there has been over.
Right, treating guests well, being aware of your surroundings, what's going on around you, and now I would say personally, paying attention to yourself and what you need and protecting your reputation. Right. So
let's see.
And again, I have to observe that how interesting it is that so much of it is still spot on. How many years later?
Yep. Okay, so we're going to move on to stanza 10. And I'm going to pause for people to speak up and ask any questions, etc. So, Berdi betri berat moder brautu at en se manvid mikit audi betra fikirfat I oknum stad slikt valdas vera. So, a better burden may no man bear, for one wins wise than wisdom. It is better than wealth on unknown ways, and in grief a refuge it gives.
Interesting. I do have quite a different interpretation here. Again, I'm reading from the Pocket Hávamál, edited and designed by Carrie Overton, translated by Benjamin Thorpe. So, mine essentially says that a better burden no man bears on the road than much good sense. That is thought better than riches in strange place. Such is the recourse of the indigent.
Repeat that one again.
A better burden no man bears on the road than much good sense. That is thought better than riches in the strange place. Such is the recourse of the indigent.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very interesting, I think, and quite possibly rather applicable in today's political climate. Not that we're going to get much into that, but
no
yeah,
politics.
So,
we spoke about this.
Did we now?
Yes.
I don't recall, but very well. Fine. So essentially, the interpretation I would put upon this, not that anybody else has to have this interpretation by any means, but so obviously, common sense. If you have your wits about you and you're paying attention and you have your common sense, you're better than gold.
Yeah, it is essentially about common sense, and it's connecting with the continuing theme here. It's about having common sense and your wits about you.
Right.
Simple as.
And I like it. It's not just the recourse of the indigent. Basically, it's going to be what you, as an indigent, because we all are at some point in time, be it travels or whatever, you're going to rely on that. You need to be able to rely upon your own good common sense, solid wits. Think. Use this.
Use your noggin.
Please, people. Please.
Many people don't these days, so.
I implore you.
I see 4 people watching. Come on, speak up. We want to hear your
Agree? Disagree? Got a different thought on this? We're not
Speak up if
gonna.
you agree. Speak up if you disagree.
Yeah,
We're
we
here to
are not
discuss.
here to tell you what this means.
And also, if you are new to Norse paganism and are a bit unsure, ask questions slightly outside
Oh, by all
the
means.
subject.
Yeah,
Seriously,
happy to answer those too, for sure.
ask away. Oh, look, new feature.
Anything at all.
Put my phone sideways and I realise the chat shows up. It's something I've not noticed.
Well, all right then.
Random distraction. Anyways.
With us, shocking. You will notice those, by the way. We'll have random asides and brief digressions. So,
Anyways.
yeah, be warned.
Anyways. So, I need to move to the next set of chapters.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. So, as no one's speaking up in chat, keep an eye on chat for me, please.
You got it?
As no one's speaking up in chat at the moment, I will continue on to stanza 11. But this will probably be the last stanza for now.
Yeah, 11 or 12.
11.
Okay.
Okay, so. Bredi betri berat moder brautu. At en se manvit mikit. Vegnest vera vega a. Han veli at en se ufdrikia oars. A better burden may no man bear for wanderings wide than wisdom. Worse food for the journey he brings not afield than an over drinking of ale. Oh, here we're getting into the drinking stanzas.
Let's go!
I forget how many stanzas are actually just on drinking.
Oh, God. 3, 4, 5, something like.
Well, there's at least 3 on this page? 4?
I think there's some even continuing on after that, if I remember. I don't know. Can we just send most of this up and don't drink too much?
Essentially. And don't be an idiot
Although,
when drinking. I need some mead for next stream if I'm going to be reading drinking stanzas.
Twitch. Okay, we'll continue on because I'm going to get, on a total digression in here. But anyway, where are we? Yes. So mine is slightly different again. A worse provision on the way. He cannot carry then too much beer by being so good as not, as it is said. Beer for the sons of men. Alright, so for us sons of men here, apparently we can't handle our ale.
Who says?
Apparently this guy who translated this thing, Benjamin's blurb.
Lord knows how much I can drink.
Yes. Granted, I mean,
And how little she can.
wouldn't care to challenge some beings to drinking contests. No, bad idea.
No, even I'd be on my ass.
I wouldn't.
I'd probably be at the nearest hospital with alcohol poisoning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, with that said, however, frankly, all right, who hasn't had a hell of a hangover? Liar. Sit down.
I don't get them.
Okay, we're gonna fix that at some point.
No.
You must know the hell that is a hangover.
No, you're not. I've not had a proper one. I had a minor one. A very minor one, and that was after the vodka incident.
Right. And you're not touching vodka.
Bad thing.
Bad deal. Mead, sure. I personally don't care for the stuff, but yours. I'll stick with a, nice dark ale or whiskey, frankly. But
Whiskey, a decent whiskey.
So, no, quite good. Yeah. So as we were saying here, however, yeah, all right. So we might get a freaking hangover. We drink too damn much. I otherwise don't see the problem. Yeah, some people may carry it a little bit too far. If you're one of those, okay, understood.
Also, let me go into a more practical aspect. Drinking too much ale while you're travelling, it's dehydrating. Alcohol dehydrates.
Okay, all right, yes.
So that's when it becomes a stupid thing to do.
Well, quite frankly, when I'm traveling, if I go overseas, if I'm in a different place, shoot, I'd love to know what the local.
Yeah, but think about it in the context of the era this would have been written in. These people would have been travelling by foot.
True.
Well, not in
and quite frankly, if you think about it, liquid and water weighs a lot. You're not going to want to waste your water with ale or beer or other such liquors.
Maybe not more as much in northern areas are going by horseback and imagine trying to go by horseback with a hangover. Or drunk.
No, thank you.
But yes.
Yeah, okay, I'll give you kudos on that one. Yeah. I can't imagine, hey, trying to get in a car or a bus or something like that when you got a hangover is bad enough.
Horseback with a grumpy, and especially if your horse is grumpy.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, so waiting for people's opinions, but I'm going to close the stream at 45 minutes past, so 4 minutes.
Yeah, we'll chat for a little bit longer. I think we've actually covered quite a fair bit. And yeah, it looks like it's a little shorter than last time, but hey, it's all right. So if you have any other comments, thoughts, questions for us at this point, by all means, like I said, we're happy to answer any question on anything. Jump on in. Let us know if there's something you think that we can do better, improve upon, perhaps. We're open to that as well.
Also, if you are watching this after the fact, feel free to put those comments in the comments or send a message to the channel.
Yep.
Or join our Hrafnfjall Hearthside Facebook page.
Always.
Well, group.
Yeah.
You can
group and page, we have both.
Yes, but you can ask
and of course, we're happy to see there.
Not the page, in the group. Brain, get them in the right order, please. And I should know this. So just caffeine.
All good. Yeah, it still hasn't kicked in yet, has it?
You know how long it takes to kick in. I only had it 30 minutes ago. Sorry.
True. The next coffee. Alrighty.
Okay, as seen as we're not getting any comments, I'm going to close the stream.
Well, so, I'm going to remind everybody, say, hey, thanks everybody for being here. We appreciated you, and if you, were just watching and enjoying, by all means, join the group if you haven't. And we also have, if you really liked what you see, by all means, we've got a Fundly. This is what we do. So.
Also, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel and like it. That also boosts who sees us, as the more subscribers we get and the more likes these videos get. So please and subscribe. Also, feel free to look at the other videos we've got on the channel. We have our Norse Myth for Kids, which is on to its 2nd episode. And we have last time's stream, not last week's, this wasn't last week. It helps with these weekly. Anyway, the last time stream as well. Please make sure to like those videos if you like them.
More good stuff forthcoming. So,
thank you very much for coming, and